Guys, I'm so sick of the rain. Seriously, look at this. Just pouring over it. All I keep thinking about is being in a nice, warm, tropical place, just enjoying myself. So instead of being negative and moping the whole time, I had an idea. I went out and I picked up some of these blank hotel key tags. And I thought, if I can't be there, I can at least pretend I'm there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn these into a nice tropical hotel destination. Let's get into it. All right, so these are the basic key tags. They're pretty much like what you'd see in the 70s, which honestly sparked my interest in them. But what I need to do first is I need to get the shape of this, and then I need to start illustrating on the iPad. I'll probably sketch this out in Procreate. So let's get the iPad out, and let's do that. All right, so we're jumping into Procreate first, and I'm telling you, you guys want to make it to the end because I'm so stoked on how these turned out. But what I want to do first is just get a rough sketch of everything I want laid out. I had the template, right? But I had no idea what I wanted to be filled inside of the template. I knew it was going to be tropical, right? Because I'm tired of the rain. I want something warm. So we got that. Obviously, I had to throw in a palm tree. I had to throw in a cactus. And then this is going to be a room key, right? So we got the room numbers in here as well. A big thing I want to point out to you guys is this sketch is terrible. Don't worry about it, man. When you guys are doing your own illustrations, just get something on the canvas. Don't worry about it being good. It doesn't have to be good. Mine are never good. All right, everything's in a good place. So now I throw it into Adobe Illustrator on iPad, and I'm just gonna clean up a lot of these illustrations. A big thing I want you to realize throughout this is I don't really know where I'm going. A lot of times you just have to play around with things and figure out composition. Yeah, a lot of things will come to you easy, but some things won't. So just take your time, play with it. That's what you see me doing, and I ended up loving what I come out with. So be patient in the process. So this is a big thing here that I usually don't do in Adobe Illustrator iPad. I'm playing with a lot of typography. Now, I think this is a great platform to do this, but I'm just not super familiar with it. I usually do my typography on the desktop. So this was a lot of fun with this project. You see me playing with the color a lot. I really wasn't 100% sure what color palette I wanted to do, but I definitely knew orange was going to be in there. All right, so I've got the basic shapes laid out on the iPad. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it over to the Mac so I can get some of those fine details laid out. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I knew I wanted to do when I threw this onto my Mac was just give some life to that typography. It looked very stock and standard. So what I did is just round those edges off, and it just makes it look like a custom typeface, which I really like. Now I'm going to go through and just add a couple more elements that maybe I didn't see on the iPad version that's easier for me to see on the desktop version. A lot of times just having that big screen and stepping back a little bit gives you a different perspective. That's why I like to throw it onto the computer so I can look at both the iPad screen and the desktop screen and just compare and contrast. So I got the overall design where I like it, super stoked on it, but I know I want to do a bunch of different colors. This is where Adobe's generative recolor is coming in, and this is such a cool feature. It just makes it so much easier to get a bunch of different color variations. Love it, definitely try it. So now I've got the design in a good place. So I'm going to walk over to my printer and we're going to get these things printed out. So I'm using a Cricut to cut these out. You guys can use whatever software you want to use, but I'm using Cricut Maker because I have a Cricut. So I'm just going to throw that to the printer, let it do its thing. Now, if this is your first time watching my videos, this is the Epson ET2800 printer. I love this thing. It's so good on ink. The quality is great. I would definitely recommend. All right, so the prints look great. I just got to throw them onto my sticky mat. I'm going to load that into the Cricut, let it cut it, do its thing, and then we're going to keep on moving. All right, the cuts turned out great, so now it's on to the fun part. Let's apply them. Now with the power of editing, this part looks really easy and really fast, but it honestly wasn't. I wanted to make sure they lined up, so I took my time with it. I don't know if sticker anxiety is a thing, but I feel so much pressure when I'm actually sticking things onto something. I can't say for sure if this cured my rain sadness, but I can say that these turned out awesome, and I'm super stoked on them. Guys, I'm so pumped on these, and I didn't even tell you the best part. The clear ones, Yeah, these are freaking glow in the dark. Look how cool that is. Super stoked on that. Really pumped. Hope you guys like it too. If you guys want to grab some of these for yourself, I'll make sure to throw some in my Etsy shop. If anything in this caught your attention, I'd love to know in the comments below. And if you liked the video, you already know what to do. Until the next one, guys, peace.